Danny is a really cool kid, and working with him was really inspiring because all he wanted to do was ride a bike. But when you have a disability like his, it's not that simple.
Everybody Rides with Grace. We seek to identify children in the community to provide adaptive cycles. I heard about Daniel because he is a young man in our community, and so his physical therapist actually reached out to me, filled out the application, and sent it to me. Part of the issue for Daniel is because of his medical condition. The way that his feet are oriented is not the way that yours and mine are. They're set out at an angle. And so I had looked through all kinds of things, and what I could find were prototypes that were in other countries, not even here in the United States. And the cost of one adaptive pedal was $400. We had been talking amongst ourselves. We had been talking with the hub. We had been thinking this through. And so I was really surprised when I went online and I found the Aggie Innovators.
I first heard it through Veronica, and then I started emailing them back and forth, and she sent me pictures of what I had to work on so I could get a rough idea of what I needed to do.
So kind of starting from scratch, we just got the bike that Riding with Grace provided, and we adjusted it.
And then after a couple of different designs, we met up at the local bike shop, and I tried my first iteration. It didn't work out too good because there's a lot of different factors that go into it. You have to make sure it's functionable, you've got to make sure it's comfortable, and that it works.
One of the most validating parts about it was that they worked with him. Like, they communicated with Daniel, talked to him about what it was that he needed specifically. So he was engaged in this process of developing something that worked for him specifically. I think that small interaction between Daniel and Jared and Daniel and Veronica, I think it's gonna open their minds.
I was really nervous at first, but once I saw him hop on there, he started flying down the road. I looked at his mom and she started like tearing up. He just had a big smile coming back down the road, and it just felt really accomplishing.
It was an honor, and it always is an honor to be present, to watch that unfold, you know, to see these parents that have been trying for so many years to find something that works for this kid, this simple pleasure, just like a simple thing that kids want to do, ride a bike like their brother or sister, like their neighbors, like their friends.
It was awesome. I think that was probably the most rewarding part of the whole thing, to see someone do something simple, but something that for them is very difficult. And for them to feel like a normal kid, I think was really great.
Hey, like, somebody wanted to help him, somebody thought that he was valuable, and somebody recognized that he had a need, and if that need was met, that he would be able to participate in his life, in his community. I think that is what makes this project really, really special, was that they learned not only how to build these pedals that worked for Daniel, but they learned about each other. And it's just growing your community, it's making your community better. And that's because of engineering.